Hi, welcome to another episode of Hot Takes. Now, it's been reported, as you may well have heard before, that the House of Lords spent nearly £10 million on a new door. This is an awful lot of money. It seems somebody somewhere has pocketed a lot of money. So that it can't possibly have cost that. There's no way. This is like those £500 for a hammer jobs. It's hiding money that's used elsewhere. There's no way this door cost 10 million. And so the calls went out to have a scrutiny of all bills, all quotes, to see who signed off, to see what work was involved, etc. And you'd think that that would be, yes, okay, then we'll do that for the sake of openness. But now the House of Lords is deliberately dodging the calls to be investigated. They don't want anyone looking into their deep, dark, pocketed robes of ermine, do they? Baroness Smith of Basildon, she publicly stated the cost of the door, quote and final, she said, in the Lords, and everyone took a sharp intake of breath. But the current line from the Deputy Speaker, Lord Gardiner, is that the resource costs associated with operating the Piers entrance have been met from existing staff pools and departmental budget. No new staff were recruited for this purpose. There was no additional cost to the House or the taxpayer. Blah, 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 blah. And then it's a whole word salad. What he's not saying is, yes, okay, we'll have an investigation. What he's not saying is, this is why it costs this much. What he's not saying is, oh, it was because we upgraded security, or we did this, or we did that. No, none of that. He's talking about staffing levels. He's talking about, oh, it came from a whole different raft of funds and all this. That's not what we're asking. What we're asking is, why the hell did it cost £10 million? They don't want to answer, do they? Interesting. Staff even have been redirected, according to the House of Lords' latest accounts, released last week, saying staff levels rose by 23 extra personnel, even though this Lord, the Deputy Speaker, said they hadn't. One of them is telling tales, I think. Lord Haywood is leading the charge to reveal the full cost. He wants this. He's tabled 2 questions to force the answers from the Lord's authorities. He said, question 1, by what date did Senior Deputy Speaker expect Lord Morse to complete his report on costs associated with the Piers entrance? And 2, further to the letter placed by the Senior Deputy Speaker on the Library of 7th of July in relation to staffing the Piers entrance, what operations was he using as comparators when he said it is normal within an operation of this size to temporarily rearrange resources? Now, these questions are now being looked at, and the complaints are that, well, they would cost more than the value of the answer to investigate. So basically, we don't want to tell you because you'd get upset, you'd moan, and people might be found out, I think. It's obvious somebody is screwing the pooch on this one. Someone has got a lot of backhanders, backsheesh, you know? Because there's no way that door cost £10 million. Thanks a lot.